Do I have any volume? I am experiencing difficulties right now. It shows 0 people watching. StreamYard's giving me a hassle right now. I think I have some volume. Jeff Thorson, hello. Do I have volume? Oh, 9 people watching. StreamYard's giving me extreme hassle right now, and I don't know why. It wouldn't let me choose OBS as a camera. Hello, guys. Hey, Cliff D, Michael, Ralph, HVAC, Sergio. 3D Medic Vince, you guys are all here. Good, good. I'm glad. For some reason, it wouldn't let me choose OBS as a camera source, and so I thought, well, I'm going to be stuck to come in with one camera. And all of a sudden, it was letting me choose OBS as a camera again. So I do not know what happened there, but thank you guys for being patient. Stephen Labat, hello. Russ Gare, hello. Hello, hello, hello. So I guess I'm live and made it. Wow. Made a few just organizational changes in the back. We moved our printers to the other side of the bench here. Kind of just sort of trying to get things a little bit organized here. Does this camera even work? Hang on. Love it when I go live and I haven't got everything fully functional and lined up yet. Oh, there we go. Oh, there we go. And there we go. Right there. Okay, cool. So yeah, I was just going to say that this is where I've got the A1 Mini here. I put the P1P right beside it, and I've got the Trident over beside it. And over on the other bench there, I have the 2.4 and the old Creality guy. But I'm trying to make a bit of room for everything else. So yeah, that's what's happening. Tighten up their camera. There we go. So everybody is here. Wonderful. And tonight we're going to start. I was hoping to have a little bit more done before the stream, but had a busy week and things happen. So it is what it is. That camera's out of alignment too now. My goodness, because you shouldn't be able to see the plugs down over here. So let me just fix that real quick. Is this adjusting that camera? No, of course that's not adjusting the right camera. Oh man, live streaming at its best right here, right now. Now I should be able to move that up a little bit there. Oh no, other way. That way, there we go. That's a little bit better. That's a little better. I got some light up there so you can actually see what's going on. You can see I threw a strip of LEDs up along the top and then underneath the exhaust vent for the laser. I threw some lights so you can see the droid up there and a few models back. I moved the drink droid back in behind me here just because this is a droid series. And what is that red thing? Oh, it's this thing in the way. So the droid's in behind there. Yeah, so we are going to start working on Wally tonight. I was hoping to have gotten some things printed for Wally, but I haven't yet. Anyone made the droids from Batteries Not? Oh, that would be cool. Batteries Not Included droids. That was a great movie too. Steven Spielberg movie with Hume Cronin and Jessica Tandy and Steve. I forget the names of the people there. So, but let's see. We got some message coming in here, and it is yeah. Oh, good, good, good. I'm being watched. So anyways, we're going to start on the droids tonight. So what I'm going to start with is just showing you what I'm just sort of organizing. I need to organize my print files in order to determine what color I want to print what. One color is pretty obvious. It's the yellow in Wally. Let me see if I can pull up the Wally files over here, the site, so we can look at the color and determine what we're going to do, what I'm going to do. You guys are free to do whatever you like as far as color and so forth go. Oops. And I did look up a bunch of the electronics that are going to be needed, and I did find Amazon links for most things in Canada and the US. So let me bring him bigger. So this is Wally that we're going to be building, that I'm going to be building. You guys may choose a different Wally model, which is perfectly fine. But this is the one that I have chosen. This guy here, and he is from the Mr. Prince on Printables. Now, of course, Mr. Prince did a whole list of He talks a lot about it. He did a video for the assembly instructions. He provides the electronics diagram, and he also provides all the different updates and a list of hardware required right here. Okay, I went ahead and found, I'm going to minimize this window so I won't see chat for a minute. Hey, Shadell. And I'm going to open up my little document here that I used, and I did links to all the Wally parts that I could find as far as the electronics go. Now, as far as the hardware goes, the screws, the nuts and bolts, those are pretty easy to get anywhere. So I'm going to pull out my Wally model files folder so I can have my model files separated over here as well. Just going to do a couple little things here while I am working on this. I'm not sure which screen you're on, but I'll put you on this screen here so you don't see me mousing everything all over the place. And then the Wally parts links I'll put here, and let's see if I can open that. That's a Word document I made. I should be able to open. Can I open a Word document on this computer? I don't know. I've never tried. Let's see, open. It doesn't have any. Do I not have Microsoft Word on this computer? That'd be odd. Oh, there we are. We do have it. Okay, so let's bring this over to this monitor here. I can open this back up so I can see chat. There we go. And let me make this larger. So what I've done here is I've taken a list of electronics. There we are. And I've created some different links for it. So in other words, we have the microserver motors, the Mizui MG90S microserver motor. So I've got an Amazon Canada link here, Amazon US link here, and every part that he suggests I found links for. There's a couple things I couldn't find links for though, but we'll worry about that when the time comes. The initial part's going to be printing the parts. So, oh, this isn't even going to let me link to the links on here. See if I bring this over to this screen, it still doesn't let me link to the links. Okay, so, but we'll get into this when it comes time for, when I come time to printing my, when it comes time that I've got the assembly going and I'm ready to put the electronics in. We've got links to the buck converter, 16-channel servo driver. I could not find an Amazon USA link to that. Doesn't mean it's not there. It just means I couldn't find one at the time. Then we have the Arduino motor shield Rev 3. We have an Amazon Canada and USA link. Those will be easy to get. For those of you guys over in Europe, I don't know. This model maker, he is from Europe, the guy who put this model up. So I'm sure that his links are all European links as well. And then up here we have the 12-volt generated geared motor, and that is strictly from Pololu Motors. Okay, and that's Canada and US, and I'm sure Europe. You can get them from there, but I'm pretty sure I have some of those motors in stock. Then we have the micro server motors, the MG90S. Those are the servo motors, sorry. Those are real easy to get on Amazon, and I think I have a whole ton of those left in stock as well. So that aside, this is the parts. These are the STL files for Wally. Here we are. We have the model files, and now you're seeing a bunch of weird little files up top. I'm going to delete these. That's because I went from a Mac and now I'm on a PC, and for some reason, when you go to a PC from Mac files, all these files from here up are all generated. I don't know why it does it, but I can get rid of all those, and then these are all the files that are needed to print Wally. I think there's 60-something files here. So the main thing I want to get started on, I'm going to start by printing. Number one, I need to organize these files as to exactly what they are. And I want to organize them into what color I want to print them, because I want to, for me personally, I want to avoid as much painting as possible. I'm not a fan of painting PLA once it's printed. I'm terrible at painting. So I want to print as much as I can in a color as close to what I can with the Polymaker filament that I have in stock. And if I have to paint something after, if I want to distress it, it's up to whether I want to make a brand new looking Wally or a distressed Wally like he's been through hell and back, which in the movie he has been. So again, that's up to how everybody wants their Wally to look. So if I go back over here, I'm going to view icons. There we go. Oh, that's a little bit too big. How about medium icons? There we go. Now I just wish I could actually see the parts, but the only way I can see the parts is by double clicking, and it's going to open the part in, here we go, 3D Builder. And that's basically the only way I can preview these parts unless I drag them all into a, which I might do, drag them all into Bamboo Slicer and then just create a whole bunch of beds of different parts and then determine what color I want these parts on. So I wanted to have all this organization and all these STL files ready and organized for this stream, but unfortunately, as I say, I had a busy week, didn't get a chance to do that. So what I think I will do is pop open Bamboo Studio, bring all the parts in, see what they are, and see as far as what I want to do for color and separate them into the different plates. I plan to print them on the A1 Mini and on the P1P, and I might even throw a part or two onto the Trident. But I figure I can probably get these parts all done in a matter of a couple few days by doing them on 2 or 3 different printers. Rusk says he can paint, but he's too lazy to paint fiber. There you go. No big deal, Big and Bad Joe. Just got in from picking up dinner. Oh, I'm hungry too. I don't know what I'm going to have for dinner, so we'll see. We're just talking about the organization of files here. I have got all the, I've got links for all the hardware, for all the electronics parts, and then I've also compiled myself a PDF document of all the instructions and hardware parts and everything. So I'm going to, I emailed the creator of the file on Printables and asked if it's okay if I organize his instructions into a PDF and then hand that out to the people that are following along that want it. He hasn't messaged me back at all. So I'm assuming because it's in public domain, it's on Printables, I'm sure it's fine for me to do what I'm doing. I'm not giving anything away. I'm not giving anything away that should be sold or bought, or he makes any revenue from. So I think all is going to be good. So I think that's where we're going to go from there. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to open up, you guys can be on this screen again with me. I'm going to open up Bamboo Studio because that's where we're going to slice all our files from is Bamboo. That's what I use. I know a lot of you guys use the, that other one. I forget. It's the, it's the other one like Bamboo, but I'm terrible with names. I know you've got a 197. I'm gonna forget that version for now, and we don't want to open a previously saved project. That's fine. So I'm just going to go ahead and select the P1P for my device for now, and we're going to go to the compare screen now. I wonder if I can do this over on this screen that I'm sharing with you guys, because when I drag over to this monitor, for some reason, it totally deforms everything in Bamboo Studio. This looks pretty good. You can see how my numbers are way bigger than they should be, and it does deformities of some stuff here. So, okay, so let's make this one a little smaller, and I'm going to start dragging in some of these model files, and then I'm going to just organize my plates. I know this is kind of a boring stream. There's nothing exciting going on. Orca Slicer, thank you. That's what it's called. Thanks. Mac and 3D Medic Vince, thank you, Orca Slicer. I've tried Orca Slicer. I think Bamboo Slicers is fine for me. So let's go ahead and just bring in some of these parts. If I bring in this whole top row, let's see if I can crash the system. Let's just see. Load these files as a single object with multiple parts. I believe I want to say that as yes, because we do want multiple parts. And then, oh no, maybe I didn't want that. Is it dead? Oh, hang on. I did. No, I think I didn't want to do that. I think I wanted to come in and load and not say yes to that. Let's do that and say no. And that's what I wanted right here. There we go. Okay. So that's the top row of parts. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a couple beds here. Let's create 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's create 6 build plates here. And then we'll sort the parts out. What printer will Wally be? What printer will he be? Or this a robot build? Oh no, this is a robot build. We're actually building Wally. And all I'm doing right now is I'm going to separate his parts onto build plates, and then we're going to decide what color I want to do these parts. But This is really the easiest way I could figure to do it, since take advantage of the multiple build plate capabilities in Bamboo Slicer. And then we can just basically go ahead and, I know it's off the bed, that's fine. We can go ahead and just lay these parts out and then determine what color we want what parts to be. So let's build another couple plates, because we can build as many plates, we can create as many plates as we want. Oops, let's zoom in on this one. Let's just do an auto sort on this one, and it'll separate all those parts. There we go. Okay, so there's all the little parts. We have some large ones. Let's move that over to there. And I'm going to make a few more. 2, 3. There we go. We'll add 4 more plates, and we'll bring in a few more parts here. Don't forget, stick around. We're going to do a draw for a roll of Polymaker filament later. Let's bring you in onto this build plate. Where did you come into? Oh, you came in right over here. Here we go. And we're going to make this larger again. Okay. Let's just do a sort on this anyways, see what it does. Oh, okay, well, that made it pretty easy. That's most of his head, and it looks like his eyes, and that all fit on that one plate. Not that I'm going to print them all in one plate, but at least that allows me to bring it in. And let's go ahead and bring in some more parts. Let's bring in the third row. Bring you guys into, I think it's going to drop it on an empty plate for me here. Oh no, it dropped it on the same plate, of course. That's a pretty full plate, I'd say. Oh, why did it bring in the whole, it brought in the whole Wally. What did I, oh, there must be something in there that brings in the whole thing. Oh, look at that. That's kind of cool. It must be one of these assembly not for printing. That's the one that I brought in that I shouldn't have brought in, was the assembly not for printing. Glad I'm organizing so many parts had you a bit overwhelmed. It is overwhelming with all the parts, absolutely. Jeff said he started printing your parts today, and just to be funny, I did my infill cubed. Oh, that is funny. So obviously I don't want to, that's the part I didn't want to import, was the assembly not for printing, and that's just the assembly, the assembled model. That would be a nightmare to print anyways, even if you could, because you need so much support material. So if I bring in this whole third row, then except for that one, this should work. Let's make the active bed. Let's make that one the active bed. And there may be an easier way to do this. Somebody out there saying, why don't you just do blah, blah, blah? But this is the way that I've done other models that are large like this. So we'll pop you into the active bed. There we go. Then we'll take the last row and make this bed active. And we'll take this last row and pop it into that last active bed. There we go. And just to be sure, I'm pretty sure that that's what that one file I didn't want was this one. Yeah, that's the full Wally model. Okay, so we can get rid of him. We can leave him here on the side for reference, actually, to see what we want to do. But there basically, if I make this window big again, there basically is all, oops, wrong mouse button. There's all the files required to build him. So we can take, we know we have some eye parts. These look like they're eye parts as well. And from what I understand and what I looked at earlier when I first downloaded this, all these things are pretty much organized as far as being in the proper orientation on the plate. Okay, let's organize that, and let's organize this one again. There we go. So everything is on a plate. Now it's just a matter of deciding what is what. So first thing I want to do is, I know that I want to print. If I bring back up the, where is my browser window here? Right there. If I bring back up the Wally model right here, bring back up the image of Wally. So I do want to do my yellow parts yellow. So in the main pictures here, I want to look and find the Wally parts. Do I have a three-dimensional one of these that I can actually open? Not really. I can just see side, back, and front views. So I want to get all my yellow parts, like these parts here, and I'm going to get those ready to print them yellow. You finally finished your Pictroid. Now you've just got to paint it. Ah, okay. Cool. Okay, so we're going to try and find the body parts that are yellow. So that was, if I go ahead and have a closer look at him, this is where I should have actually, this is where I'm going to actually pop open. Bear with me for a second here. I'm going to take this and I'm going to bring it to a separate screen. So I have that on my separate monitor. I can still see my chat this way. There we go. Now I have a better idea of what parts are actually what. So I'm going to move him out of the way just so I don't get so confused. So the large parts that I want yellow are, whoops. Okay, so the first one has got this one right here. So we know this one here is going to be, oh, stop it, Tim. Sorry, I'm just getting mouse happy. For some reason, I seem to be moving my mouse backwards. I think it's because I'm holding it too far away from my desk. There we go. So this is definitely his chest. So this one here, we definitely want to, oh, it's because I got so many windows open too. Yeah, this is the one thing. If I want to turn it upside down, I have to do that and go around. Because basically what's happening is, even though maybe if I just select that plate, no, it still moves the whole thing as one plate when you're trying to move it around in space, as opposed to zooming in on the one and then just moving it around and looking at the one. But okay, so that is definitely a yellow piece. So we're just going to go ahead and I'm going to call this plate name chest. Yellow chest. Okay, so that's yellow chest. And then if there's an easier way to do this, or if you guys are bored of me doing this, just tell me. But okay, and then we're going to look at the side. So we want to print that side piece yellow. Now we may do multicolor depending on whether or not this black area here is built into them. So let me find that side piece that I'm looking at right there. So this one's yellow as well. This looks like it's his left side. Yellow left body. And this one here is going to be his yellow right body. Okay. Are there more than 4 colors in my plan? Well, I am so what I'm going to do, if we look at this, so we're going to do yellow, black, we're going to do some gray. Okay, I'm going to basically mimic what this one is, because this is pretty close to the color scheme that I want to do anyways. So we're going to do yellow, black, gray, and possibly, depending on, see, we got some white over here. So depending on if those are painted on, or depending on what that part looks like, I may just print it as a multicolor with the AMS. Anything I can do multicolor with the AMS, I will. Like on the back here, we have a logo here. Possibly I'll just color that with black on the AMS. So yeah, but probably 4 or 5 colors at the most. So, but for I will have to do some painting, yes. And of course we have the TPU for the tracks. Okay, so TPU can, I don't even know what I have on my floor for TPU. In all honesty, I do have some TPU, but I just don't remember. I think I have red, yellow, blue, black, but we will do the tracks in a TPU for sure. It'll just be either probably black for the tracks. So we need to do, there's a neck piece that's yellow. If you gear, and it looks like a few hydraulic pieces in his neck here that are going to be yellow. That's that side. If we look down this way, the arms, so it looks like his arms in behind are yellow. If I get this view here, see, it looks like these pieces here and this one here are yellow on the outside. If I look at this one here, we have yellow there and we have yellow over here. So let's go ahead, move him out of the screen over here. Whoops, right there. And this piece here was the hydraulic on the neck. Okay, so that is going to be a yellow. I'm just going to kind of move that over to the one of the defined yellow ones here. And then his arms. Oops. Hang on 1 second, guys. I'm going to just put you on mute for a minute. Hang on 1 second. I have the wife calling. Hang on. Okay, we're back. I was just the wife on the way back with Ethan. They had to go to the children's hospital, but all is good. So I'm looking, and I believe, let's see, where did I put him? I believe there's something in here. I believe these are part of his arms, these two guys here. Now, actually, I can actually look over here on the left, and this kind of tells me what the parts are. Oh, this is my plates, objects. Yeah, so when I click on an object, there it is, that, and then we'll click on that one, neck. Oh, that's the neck bottom right, and that's the neck bottom right. Why do I have two of the same piece? Did I import something twice? Possibly I did. Okay, that's the body right, which we knew that was the body back. That's the body left. Now there should be a body front. Body bottom. Okay, so we're going to want that one to be yellow because the main body is yellow. So yellow bottom. Okay, this guy over here is the body front. Oh, is that the... Oh, I must have been looking at it backwards. I thought this was his front. Oh, okay, that makes sense. This is his back. This is his front. Okay. So we're going to call that one yellow front. Okay. And we have that one. We have that one. This guy here is, go to my objects pane. This is body front door. Okay, now did his door have yellow? I think it was. Yes, it was. Front of the body door was yellow as well. Some pieces may need more than one. Ah, okay. Yep, for sure. That's right, James. That's true. Because I don't think I imported things more than once. Yeah, the front door with the wall E is yellow for sure. Okay. Except there's a case here where his name is black, so I would probably use the AMS and then paint wall E black there on this one. So we're going to call that yellow door with black. There we go. What I'm going to do before I go too much further is I'm just going to go up over here and I'm going to go File, Save Project, and we're going to just save this project to my desktop. And we're going to call this Wally print plates. There we go. That way, if I crash or something, I'm not doing all this for nothing. This piece here is the body top. Okay, so that's going to be yellow. And again, we can easily paint yellow if we need to later and to stress it and everything. Yellow body top. Okay, making some progress now. Okay, so that piece there, let's go to the objects again. Arm barrel 2. Okay, so the arm barrels, I believe, were yellow as well. Let me bring that. There we go. I'm just going to bring this over to the other screen so you guys can look at what I'm looking at too. For the black and white stripes on the arms, you can also use printable vinyl sticker paper for the inkjet. That's true. That's true. I happen to know a guy that has a sign company that can make vinyl stickers. So I have an advantage in that way. So those arm barrels, looks like that's exactly what those pieces were. So if I minimize that, so these were arm barrels, so yellow. So that can go on a yellow plate. Actually, let's put this on. Not that I'll print them all together, but we'll put this on this yellow plate. And so that was, and this one here, these are the neck bottom right, neck bottom right. Now those ones, the neck bottom, let's see if I can see here. Looks like it's the neck bottom right here. So this is the whole neck. So it looks like the neck is all in yellow as well. Okay. So we can throw that on a yellow plate. Throw that on a yellow plate. And then what else do we have? That one there is the head center. Head center. Just look at this piece here. We'll have a look. Oops. That's why I hate when this does that. So that head center piece right here looks like where's the front or the back? That's either that. No, it's maybe. Oh, that's that piece right there. So we're not going to do that yellow. That is the piece that's running. Where's your face on look here, Wally? Yeah, I think that's that piece right there, the center of the head. So we're not going to worry about that. Yeah, that is for sure. That's going to be a gray piece. Neck top. There's a neck piece, which I believe the neck, yeah, was all yellow. So we'll throw you on it. Oh, man. You click on the wrong thing on this. And your plates get all twisted and turny. And hang on, I should go that way. Sorry if I'm making y'all dizzy here. Okay, that's a yellow piece. Okay. Looks like we have eye middle. These are head pieces. These are head pieces. These are all going to be a grayish or black. So these are eye pieces here. I'm going to try and put cameras in the eyes too. Good old body top of Wally. Sing to tune Rocky Top. Oh, you guys. What are these pieces here? That is a wheel frame right, wheel frame left, and the wheel frames are definitely not yellow. The wheel frames, if I'm not mistaken, they're inside. They're going to be like a grayish or something to be down. They're going in here somewhere. So all these parts of the track and everything, I'm going to keep in the grays. I possibly, depending on, I may run these parts in the Fiberon as well, if I have enough Fiberon. My Fiberon rolls are only 0.5 kilograms, so I may not do that. So that's going to be one of the wheel parts for sure. That's a wheel back. So we want the wheel frames to be over this way. Neck middle. So we got some parts for this is the head and the neck. So we're just going to move some of these parts over. Wheel axle, we'll leave on the wheel frame here. Whoops. This is a neck bottom. So we're going to put that. Anything to do with the head, we'll move over here. This is a neck round bottom, so that's a neck part. This is a neck part. I know it's off the board. Stop. This is a head center, so that's the center of the head, and I know, here, get on here so he doesn't complain all the time. Yeah, okay, here, is that better? There you go. This is to do with the wheel axle again. This is going to be a wheel axle. Good. That's part of the head. This is tread plate, so that's part of the wheels. Then we have a wheel spacer. We need 8 of those, so we're going to have to go through also and determine the quantity we need. Neck wire guide, so there's a neck. That's going to be a neck piece. And this little guy right here is a tread pin. Okay, so that's part of the tread. Good. And that looks like we need 140 of these little pieces here. This little guy is going to get his own bed of his own bed. How tall is it when it's assembled? Good question, Brent. I'm not sure. But if we look at some of the images, based on some of these images, I'm going to guess that he's going to be about, if I was a betting man, I'd say around 12 to 14 inches tall, maybe 15 inches tall. He's not huge. There is a video here of him running. If I close down this for a second, I believe there's a video of him running right here. It's hard to tell again, but he looks like he's maybe going to be 12 inches tall. That's the other part that's hard to get, the lenses for the eyes. I want to get them, but they're going to be pretty hard to get now. And we'll be able to control it through an iPad or the phone, from what I understand. See, he's maybe 12 or 14 inches, maybe 12 to 15 inches tall. Hard to tell in this, but he's definitely not massive, right? And I didn't want to do a massive one for the first build, so. But he does have some. Let's get this bigger here. He does have some cool movements. His eyes will move, and if I put cameras in the eyes, it may be able to record. We'll be able to see. There we go. So yeah, he's just cute. You can sort of judge by the table legs and everything in behind, and he's not that big. Um, I'm sure he can go pretty quick though. The motors that we're putting in him are the same motors that are in the Drink Droid that's sitting behind me, and it's pretty quick. Yeah, and the wires are nicely done. It's a nice looking model. I'm going to probably go for a distressed look too, like that a little bit. So I may end up putting some watered down black paint over top of the yellow. I notice there's a red right here in the E for Wally. So yeah, and then he's opening it up here to show all the electronics. Looks like he has electronics going in the bottom, and then he has an access from the top for electronics as well. So everything nice and compact and put in there. So it's going to be exciting. Okay, let's minimize this guy, and we'll get back to our colors here. Let's bring you up big again here. There we go. Yeah, let's see. Besides TPU, what filament are you planning, since you mentioned Fiberon? If I have enough Fiberon, because the Fiberon that I've got, I have PPS CF10, I have PETG CF08, and I have PET CF17, but as I say, they're only half-kilogram rolls. I don't know if it's going to be enough to print all of the, for both sides of all the gear and mechanics work that I want to do, but we'll see. Maybe I can do a bit of each on both. It doesn't matter as long as the colors don't clash too badly. I'm going to use, excuse me, I'm using all Polymaker filament for this because I want this to be a Polymaker Wally. I might actually put their logo on Wally as well. PLA for the most part, because I don't plan this. It's not going to sit out in the hot sun. I think PLA is going to be strong enough for what we need to do. And TPU, of course, for the treads. And yeah, I don't see a need to use anything other than PLA. If I may use some of the Panchroma colors. If any of those Panchroma colors I have sitting over there, way over there, if any of those are suitable for it, maybe I'll make them a little bright. I don't know if I have a Panchroma that's going to be, I don't have a yellow Panchroma for the main body part. So, but I don't know, maybe we'll give Wally some color. I think PLA will be fine. This guy behind me, he is 99% PLA. Drink Droid right here. He's 99% PLA. And Wally full of filament. Yeah, my wall's pretty full. I don't know if I've ever shown you guys my filament stashes, but I have a wall over there that's got quite a bit of filament on it. A lot of that stuff in the top left is Prusa. Those bright colors on the very top, those are 2.85 rubberized filament for the Atom Stack printer I have, which basically is a rubber printer. And then we have a wall here of Polymaker filament. And then behind me up above, we have some more Polymaker filament and some bamboo filament and some 3D fuel filament. So we have a good selection of filament to choose from, but it is going to be all Polymaker for this build. So, and yeah, I think PLA is going to be fine. Even this guy up here, the white bottom is a I believe I printed that out of I think it's PETG. I don't remember, or is it? But everything else is PLA or TPU. So I don't see why PLA wouldn't work. It should be fine. But choose if you're building one. Choose what you want to use for your filament. PETG would be fine. I'm sure PETG would make it a little more temperature resistant. PLA is going to make it strong enough. ABS would be fine, or ASA would be fine as well, but I just don't think there's a need to go to that route. Now, if there's a color I don't have in PLA on hand when I'm doing the print, and I do happen to have it in PETG or ASA or something different, then I will switch to that. I don't mind mixing and matching at all. So, yeah. And it's not like the death racers where these guys are going to be in high impact. I don't think there's going to be any Wally death races going on, so I'm not worried about impact resistance as well. So it's more show for show, and Ethan wants me to build him a Wally when I'm done this one, so it'll be cool. Okay, so let's move on here a little bit to here, and once we get all this kind of sorted, then I'm going to be excited to start printing all this, because I want to have a lot of this, if not most of it, printed by next week. And the assembly I want to get going on sooner than later too, of course, because I don't want to take 6 months to build Wally. So these are all wheels, all the wheel parts here. We know that's a wheel part. There's probably going to be 2 beds of wheel parts or so, because we need multiples of things. I'm going to, once I sort these, I'm going to actually go through and just make copies of things that do need multiple parts. And this is all wheel related. That is wheel related. That is wheel related. And that's the wheel frame and wheel top. And the ones I print in gray, I think it'll be not a problem to paint. If I have to paint, what I'll end up doing is likely spraying with some Tremclad paint and painting them with Tremclad rather than brush and paint. So you did your pit droid in ABS, more due to Texas. Well, there you go. Of course, if you're going to run them outside a fair bit and it's really hot, then yeah, you want to do that. But Wally's going to be an inside guy, so anticipating that you'll need to stock. You plan TPE for the tracks and PLS for the rest. I'm just thinking you mean PLA. TPU and PLA. I think that's what you mean. I'm not sure. Okay, so this is all wheel stuff, and this plate is all wheel stuff. So let's go ahead and then we have this one, which is wheel. It's wheel. It's not fake. It's wheel. Neck, top, and I believe the neck. If we open this up again, so the side view. If we take the side view, the neck, yeah, right there. That's the neck top. So that's going to be yellow. Okay, so neck top is one of the yellow. We'll just throw that on a build plate, and we need. Let's look at that. Yeah, and then we're going to have, this is neck bottom left, so that's a yellow one. And what are these pieces here? Eye back right, so these are to do with the eye. I don't dare put it off the build plate, it'll give me heck. And that's eye back left, so we're going to put that on the eye plate. Anything to do with the eye and the eye sockets and so forth. Anything with eye, we're going to go on a separate plate. This is going to be an eye as well. Eye. We'll just crowd this plate and we'll sort it out later. That's going to be an eye camera replica ST, but we're going to probably try and find a camera to put in it. This is the hand and finger. Okay, so here's a whole nother category. We have the hands. So I'm going to start another plate. So one thing I love about Bamboo Studio and Orca, of course, is the multiple plates, which I don't know if you can do that in Prusa Slicer yet. So there's a hand. That's going to be a hand part. This little guy here is tread plate. So that's to do with the motion system. And this is a hand bracket. That's a hand. This is to do with the neck. So that goes up with the neck. Whoops. Slow down, Tim. That goes up with the neck and the head. That's obviously a pin for the treads. Oh, that's a head axle. Okay, so we'll put that with the head. And the neck bottom, neck, and hand axle. That's a hand part. Wheel axle. Oh, come on, stop. Sorry, guys, I'm just... I don't quite click accurately enough, and it does that. Wheel axle, this looks like it's going to be a wheel axle. And yeah, we have to do multiples, but we'll sort that out in the middle. Neck, middle axle. So that's going to be, that's a neck part. That's a neck part, we know that. And that is a hand part. That's a finger. And this is going to be round neck. That's a neck part. That's a neck part. Come on, pick it up. Oh, come on. Stop. There we go, neck. And neck. We are neck and neck. This looks like neck. Oh, stop. Wire guide. Pick it up. There we go. Wheel axle spacer. Couple more left here. Neck, wire guide. And that's a tread part. That's going to be like 500 of them. Tread pin, 140. Where's that other little tread pin part? Right there. Stop. There we go. We need them. So I'm leaving those on their own plate because you need 140 of each of those. Hey, Ladybug. Hello, hello. Ladybug 198331. Welcome, welcome. Don't forget to hit that like button. Yes, thank you, guys. Only 2 likes. I guess it's too boring for everybody. Let's put it this way. If you don't hit the like button, I'm not going to enter your name in the Polymaker filament draw unless you hit the like button. Actually, I'm not able to do that, but come on, right? I know it's boring, this one. All we're doing is sorting out all the parts for printing. I'll actually fire up the printer tonight too, and then we'll give away some filament later. And then I'm going to share some links and show the links I found for the electronics. And we'll just go over the, that. And hopefully by next week, I'll have most of the parts printed. That's going to be my goal. And we'll start some assembly. Yeah. But big and bad Joe, thank you for pointing that out. Let's hit that like button. Hit that like button and subscribe. Bye. If Ethan comes home, he'll be down to say that if he gets home on time. So, okay, we're pretty much what I'm going to do to make life a little easier here for me. And this is how, when I built a Kong robot, I did similar thing because there was a lot of parts involved in Kong. Kong got broken, so he's no longer with us, but I wouldn't mind doing it again. So I'm going to call this plate head/neck. I'm not allowed to use a slash in the name, so I'm going to use head_neck. Okay, we're going to call this one is going to be motion/track. Because this is the part of the motion system, we're going to call this one motion/track or _track. And this one here, we're going to call hands. And this one here, we're just going to call tread. Again, because now we may end up making more plates, because as you know, for instance, this one here, we click on this little piece here. If you look over here, it says they want 140 of them. So if we zoom in on this plate, actually it wants 140 of that one and 140 of this one. I'm just going to try to actually, it's so tiny, I can't select it. There we go. But if I go ahead and look at this one and go clone, and I want to clone 140, I like doing spare, so I'm going to say I want 149 more. It's going to clone them. It's going to make a really cool pattern. See, that doesn't, I thought it would fill the plate more. Okay. Then if I go ahead and take this one, come on, stop it. I swear I'm clicking on it. I swear I am. There I am. Now if we go clone, we'll do 149 of these. So it gives us 10 extra of each. And then we'll see if we can fit them all on the same plate. And do I dare try and print them all on one plate? Why not? Because of a certain product I use for bed adhesion, I am confident in doing stuff like this. There we go. So there's 149 of each. I love the way it's nice and laid out like that, but watch what happens when I hit the automatic layout. It's probably going to mess them all up to, I don't know. Oh, no, it didn't do too bad. But I'm hoping by doing that, I'm hoping they're all the same piece anyways, that there was just a right and a left side. They do look like they're all exactly the same piece. So yeah, I'm not worried about that. So basically, unless one was a right and one was a left, but they look like they're the exact same thing. It was just one for each side of the track. So I'm going to go ahead right here quickly while we're doing this. I'm going to save my project just because I don't want to mix up all this work. You don't think it's boring, you're sharing your planning. Thank you so much, Big and Bad Joe. Appreciate that. Okay, so that's that one. Let's get a yellow part printed right now, starting the print while we're doing it. And I think one of the longer prints of the yellow is going to be this guy. Whoa. Now, does he have any suggestions? And I always look at the person who created the model to see if they have any suggestions for print settings, because otherwise I just use my standard print settings, but they may have certain reasons to set your print settings as a certain way. So, and I believe I did read something about print settings in here. Let me just have a look. So our update was the 11th of June, 2nd of July. These are all the updates he's done. These are the hardware. And then somewhere, print settings right here. So he's suggesting a layer height of 0.3, which is good. I usually use 0.2, so we'll print it a little quicker. 15% infill, supports for some parts. So we're going to have to look at this. And gray PLA. So obviously he just did everything in gray PLA and painted it. I'm going to cheat and I'm going to try and get some color prints in it. Like, you got your like in, just took you a while. You was driving home. That's all right, Brent Ferguson. I appreciate that. So we're looking 0.3. I'm going to write these down. 0.3 layer, 15%. I like gyroid myself. Supports, we'll have a look at some of the parts after we slice them and see. And material doesn't matter. So really we're concerned 0.3 layer and 50% fill. So I will usually just go with what the model maker recommends, because obviously if he's got a picture of his working model, it's worked well for him. So let's see if we have here. So if I go back here to global under the process, layer height 0.3, we'll change that. That'll save about probably 20% of print time from going over 0.2. We're going to leave everything else basically the same. Actually, what I got to do first, just about messed that up. I'm going to go ahead and put some filament in the printer for the yellow. And I have yellow right here. Do I have enough? Yeah, it's almost a full roll. This is Polylite PLA yellow. And I don't have any problems myself with the wooden spools in the AMS. So let's go ahead and, not that you have to see this, but hey, you don't want me to be off screen because it gets lonely when I'm off screen, doesn't it? That's not what I was doing. I was doing that, and I was going to hit this button. And I'm going to just focus on the... There we are. Okay, so let's go ahead and load the P1P up. I'm going to pop this one out. I don't need this one. It was for a different project. Not that I have to pop it out, but we're going to get rid of it for now. Unless, is there anything on the back of this? Let me check before I do this. Let me just double check this before I do this. Is there anything on the back that I'd want to... layer height exceeds the limit in the printer settings. What? Ignore. I want to see if I want to do any multiple color on this one for any reason. So let's look at the, yeah, maybe I want to do some black on the EM logo there. And the rest I can just paint. So let's go ahead and look at this. If we zoom into here, we'll select that. First of all, I'm going to load my filament. Load my filament first. That way it knows I've got the yellow in here. There's my end right there. I'll put you in number 1. 28% humidity in the AMS. That's pretty reasonable. Okay. Whew. There we go. Okay, we're loading. Put that back on the shelf. Oh, thank you, Ladybug. Appreciate that. All right, 24. Thank you, folks. I appreciate that. I like to have over 20 when we do our Polymaker draw. Okay, let's go back over. So let's go ahead and make sure I have the right device selected, which KKP, no, I don't have. That's mine is my DeWitt 3D P1P. I have a P1P at the office that I work from here too. Okay, and so we just loaded PLA in here. So let's go ahead and tell it that it's Polylight PLA. And it is, I don't like those colors that they choose. I want a nice bright yellow like that. Okay, and it is yellow. We'll confirm that. We'll go over to prepare. We'll update our colors, and there we are in yellow. Okay, and now we'll go ahead. We'll zoom in. We'll go to the paint bucket. We'll fill, and we'll just do, didn't want to do that. Erase all painting, or was it? It was just the outline and the letters, and that's what we want to do in black. Now, given the, it's going to increase the time, of course, because given the angle, we're going to have filament changes go up here, but I could paint it in black, and I don't know. I'm going to look at the difference in the print time doing this versus just maybe painting it in black, and it'll look a little bit distressed when it's painted. And if it's an outrageous amount of time to do this, but if it's going to finish overnight, that's fine. It's going to be a long time to print anyways. Actually, since we're doing this, let's go ahead and make that side black as well. So that whole thing is black. And we'll just make the letters themselves black all the way around by painting the insides and the edges. Okay, let's go move over here, do this edge, inside there, inside the B. And what am I missing? This. Oops. Was that right? No, that wasn't right. So let's Command Z that. Top of the end, inside. And I think move you over. And inside the ring, inside the side of the N. And I'm close to getting it all, I think. Oh, the bottoms, there we go. Maybe all this is for naught if it's going to take too long to print. I think I got everything all right in there. Just missing the inside of that N. Oh, and then on the other part. I got to zoom. You have to zoom out and be out of the area before you do the zoom, before you move it. Otherwise, you're going to end up painting it. And inside right there. I think I got it all. Okay, so we got that. Let me just look around that, make sure I got everything I needed on that. I did. I got it all. Okay, so there's the part that we want painted black. Okay. And if we get out of the paint, let's go ahead. We have our little tower here. That's fine. We can move the model somewhere here. Let's go ahead and select this plate, and we'll slice this plate. So we're at 0.3. I'm going to do 3 walls. And I'm going to do 15% infill, and I'm going to do gyroid. I like gyroid infill. Let's slice it and see what happens. 2 hours or longer. I'm going to say it's going to be about 4 hours and 18 minutes. 4 hours and 49 minutes. I was pretty close, which isn't bad. I don't want to go ahead and unpaint all that because that'll just means I have to go in and paint it all again. But I'll take 4 hours and 49 minutes. What the heck? Let's just go ahead and, okay, since that's only 4 hours and 49 minutes, let's go back. We have some other yellow stuff, just plain yellow to print. So let's move him over a little bit. Let's move him. Let's bring this guy up. Let's bring this guy up. Let's maximize our build plate. Why not? And then these guys, it's a little tight. Hang on. And him, he fits, and he fits. You can go back a little bit. Little purge tower can stay there. He can go back a little bit, So we can back him up here. Okay, and then what other little parts? What were these? We didn't determine what these were yet. I'll worry about these parts later. And I believe, no, I'm pushing my luck here. That's fine. So let's go ahead and slice this and see what it's going to be now. Did I just pick to slice every plate? I think I did. I sliced the wrong plate. Make sure that plate is selected. There we go. That's going to be about 8 hours now. 6 hours and see, it's not bad. Only 6 hours and 27 minutes. That's not bad at all. I'm good with that. So what I'm going to do here is catch up on chat. You'd say 2 hours longer. That was a good guess, Sergio. That was a really good guess. Who else came in? Hi, Smartaz, LOL. Andrew Humphrey, Smartaz. You changed something. For this build, I'm going to, because I normally print on a textured PEI surface, so I'm not going to do that. I happen to have a brand new build plate here. This is the this is a bamboo plate. This is the smooth PEI plate, and this is the smooth double-sided smooth PEI. So I'm going to use this as opposed to getting a texture, because I want the bottoms to be smooth of the parts, just for gluing together, et cetera, if they have to come together. Sometimes a textured build plate can give you a little bit of hassle. So I'm going to use, no, I might not use the brand new one. Let's see, what else do I have here? I have a couple different plates here. I just got to see which plate I want to choose. These are all textured. What's this bottom one? That's textured. Okay, so we'll set these ones aside. This, I might use this build plate here. This is the high temperature plate, and this is the engineering plate. PETG, TPU, ABS, TPU, PAPC, and this is PLA, PETG, blah, blah, blah. So I'm going to go ahead and use this one. It's a smooth build surface. So we're going to clean it a bit. Where is my alcohol? There is my alcohol. So I do a couple things to prepare, especially when I have long runs like this and large surfaces that I don't want to warp. Give this isopropyl alcohol. Give this a good cleaning with isopropyl. I know some people use soap and water, which is great. I prefer isopropyl when I'm doing my preparation the way I'm going to do it now. So this cleans that really, really nice. Gives it a nice clean surface. I could print on that and it would be fine. I know that. But because we have this one big part and it's a long print and it's going to be on the bed a while, the only thing I would be concerned with warping would be this part right here. So if we look under, because that's a huge surface on the bottom, and I do not want that to warp at all. So what I do to prep my plates is, and this is, I'm not an affiliate for these guys or nothing, but I use this stuff called 3D lac. I have never had a warping issue on long, short, any prints when I use this stuff. So that's my go-to. There's that. I do have, this stuff's good too. I have nanopolymer adhesive, which is really good too. I don't use hairspray. I've not used glue stick yet, even though I have glue stick. And the other option I have, nanopolymer works great, but it's a little more expensive. And then I also have the Bamboo Labs printing adhesive for PLA, PETG, and it's PETG, ABS, and PLA. This stuff works great too. I've used this, but I have 7 bottles of 3D lac, so I'm using up some 3D lac. Don't smell this stuff directly because it is very strong. So I'm just going to coat the entire bed really well with 3D lac. There we go. Whew. Stinks. Whew. It's not a bad stink, but it's could make you high stink. So that's, you can kind of see it's a little bit wet. It'll dry out, and you can see where it's starting to dry out. But I coat it with 3D lac, and it works. It basically makes things stick to this thing. I can rely on it. And you know, you read the groups and the Facebook groups and stuff, and there's people that say, well, you shouldn't need to use a bed adhesion. Okay, good. You know, everybody has their different things that they do. I prefer using a bed adhesion because that gives me a little bit of peace of mind that I can go ahead and click print plate on this and make sure I got my yellow, my black, 6 hours, 27 minutes. Going to use about a quarter kilogram of filament, and we're good to go. I can confidently print. I keep getting some error saying that I've got the wrong printer selected, but I don't. So, and oh, that's funny. I hadn't even changed it, but it knows. I didn't know, but flukily I had the PEI high temperature plate on, which is what I've got on there. So I forgot to change my plate type, but it obviously changed it. So there we go. So now we're printing that plate, and I can hit print that like that, confidently knowing I've put my 3D lack on there, and there we go. Did you lack it? You're getting that same darn message. What message is that? Did you lack it? I lacked it. You've lost too much money in filament to worry about a $2 glue. Exactly, right? I'd rather use this, even though I may not need to use it. It may work fine without it with a perfectly clean build plate, but I can drive my car without insurance knowing I'm a good driver and I won't get into an accident. But hey, guess what? When you don't have the insurance, what's going to happen, right? So, yeah, anyways. So there's that. I forgot I had water here. You guys want to see my shirt? In my defense, I was left unsupervised. There we go. So there we go, starting the first of the prints. Wrong printer selected. No, it wasn't though. I have, and you know, I've printed lots off this thing before. I have P1P 0.4 nozzle. The device I chose was a P1P, and it's a P1P with a 0.4 nozzle. And when I come up, it tells me that I've got something selected wrong, but I just go by it and it's fine. I don't get that error when I do it at the office, or when I print from my phone. I don't get that same error, but I do have the proper printer selected. So yeah, anyways, it is what it is. So I'm going to sort this out a little bit more. Same exact issue. Yeah, I think it's a glitch in the slicer. Mind you, this slicer has an upgrade that I haven't upgraded it to yet, so which I've got to do. I don't remember if I saved my work recently, so I'm going to save my project as it is right here. So we now know that we're printing this bed here. So we can easily then go ahead and take this one. I can move probably this part over onto it. And what else was going to be yellow in here? This one here. I can move this part over. Now was any of these supposed to be multiples? I did not check. That would be nice to know. That was just one, that was just one, that was one, and that was one. And this is going to be the left side. Neck bottom left. There should be a second one of these. It makes sense. If this is neck bottom right, and there's two of them, there should be two neck bottom lefts. But I don't see another neck bottom left. Isn't that odd that there's two of the rights but only one of the left? Because obviously those two are going to clip together. Maybe not, but just because I have a little bit of space right here, just because I have a little bit of space right beside it, I'm going to clone that, even though it says not to. Worst case scenario. Whoops. There we go. Worst case scenario, I have a spare part, which is fine. It's not going to use that much filament. There we go. So there, that plate's ready to go. I could probably put him in there and fit some other part there, but So that plate's ready to go. He just printed some PETG with ABS settings. It actually came out better. Apparently it liked the higher nozzle. Nice. And you printed a TPU on ASA settings. I'm amazed it didn't clog. There we go. I've you don't know how many times. I can't tell you how many times I've printed ABS, yeah, thinking I put PLA in, and that doesn't work so well. because ABS with PLA settings is terrible. I swore I had a nozzle clog until I realized I put ABS instead of PLA on the printer. So, okay, so now these two are yellow. This is yellow and this is yellow. So I should be able to squeeze these two on the same build plate. Okay, that's fine. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make one of these. No, I'm gonna start another new project, new window. I want to open a second window because I want to put some of this stuff on the Mini. I bet this would all fit on the Mini nicely. And those track pins are going to be, those are going to hold the track together. So these pins, yeah, they should be fine at a PLA. Yeah, they should be fine, but it would fit nicely on the Mini bed. It did not come out well, no. I bet it didn't. That'd be a little hot for TPU. It would be pretty wonky looking, I imagine. So let's go ahead. Let's open a new window for this. File, new. Oh, actually, no, I think I just have to go down here and I'm going to open Bamboo Studio again. On the Mac, I can just say new window, but on the PC, it doesn't have that option for new window. So that's okay. Okay. Yeah, I know there's a new release. We'll do that version later. Okay, so here is the, oops, get over here. Here's the new one. Let's bring that up. Let's go to device and we'll go to our DeWitt 3D A1 Mini. Okay, and there's our A1 Mini. And now those parts, I'm going to, let's minimize you for a minute. These, I believe I can just do black because they're going to go on the black treads. But what else might I want to print on the Mini? I could probably print some of the eye pieces here, like some of these major pieces right here. So let's go ahead. Not huge fans of translucence and shine. A more matte TPU. Oh, that's a good question. Polymaker Blue 95A. Most of the TPU I've printed does have that sheen to it. Let's take those 4 pieces. Let's copy them. Can I copy and paste across plates, like across different, let's see, open this one and go to prepare. Make sure I say A1 Mini, 0.4 nozzle. Okay, we'll worry about the filament in a minute, but can I paste into here? Oh, maybe I can't. I thought maybe I could copy and paste across. If I take that right mouse click, convert from inch, export, center, merge, delete. No, I guess I can't copy. I was hoping I could kind of drag that across into my other model. Not going to let me do it. Okay, fair enough. Not going to let me do it. So that's no problem. What I'll do is I'll find those I files. And they were I, mid, middle, I, front. Let's just do anything with I. I. And those are all the I files that have the name I at the beginning. Okay. Fair enough. Let's open our Mini build plate here. Let's minimize it a little bit and let's drag all the I ones into here. I'm going to say no to that. There we go. Okay. And let's go ahead and see what we got here. And there we go, all the I files. So we have that guy. Let's go ahead and add a couple plates. Okay. So we have these two, we have these guys here. And we have these guys here. Whoops. So those will all fit on one plate for the Mini. And the rest of them will all fit on another plate for the Mini. I can get rid of this one. There we go. I could probably squeeze everything in. Let's see what we have as far as build plate contact here. No, I don't need any brims. There's enough going to contact the build plate here, so I'm not worried about brims on any of these. So I could probably, so we're going to do the eyes. What color filament am I going to do for that? It's a gray. So we'll do a gray filament for the eye parts here. Doesn't matter what color gray, we'll see what we got. Okay, I can probably sneak, not that I want to, but I could probably get those guys over, these guys over like here, and I could probably sneak him in there, and I can sneak him in there, and we'll just leave these two for their own right now. Okay, so let's go ahead and we're going to find some gray filament. Let's take this brown off, we don't need. Come on. Actually, we'll take the brown off. And we'll take this black off. Let's put these aside for now. And what do we have for gray in Polymaker? Let's see. Translucent gray. I have Vinvang Dual. Oh, I gotta have some gray. Tell me I have something in gray in Polymaker. Oh, there we are. Polymax PLA Gray. And then we have Galaxy Dark Gray. Oh, that might look good for the head. Oh, that's empty almost. So let me get up here. And I have a half kilogram, a roll of Polymax PLA, Tough PLA in gray. I could use that for the eyes. And then let's see, what do I have in the Polysonic? I have the white, red, black, only white, red, and black in Polysonic. And that's it. I think that's the gray we're going to have to go with, because I don't think there's any other grays off the top. Oh, steel gray. Hang on, hang on. This might be better. Oh, there we go. Polylite PLA steel gray. It's not quite a full roll. I think the steel gray would look better. It's a little, if we look at the difference in color, it's hard to see, but the steel gray in the kilogram box is a little darker gray, which might look better. Yeah. Saint's Heart smells matte TPU in black and white. Never heard anything about their, I haven't heard of Saint Smart's filaments either. I'm not sure what they're like. How much of this steel gray do I have left? I have about 3/4 of a kilogram left. So yeah, that'll be good for the gray. That's the Polymaker Polylite Steel Gray. PLA for sure, yes. Okay, so let's go ahead and load that in. Oh, it just snapped. It didn't unwind. There we go. So we're going to go ahead and load that in the AMS, Mini AMS. Whoops. Don't let the end go. Twice you did that. Love the Mini AMS because you can use any spools on it. Let's just go ahead and load this in. There you go. And we're going to see, I don't know if I have a smooth sheet for this. By golly, I don't know if I do. And if I don't, that's not a big deal. Let's see, where's my, oh, here we go. I do. What do I have here? Bamboo smooth and textured PEI plate. There we go. It's a new one. I wasn't sure I had one, but I do, obviously. You have textured and smooth. Perfect for the Mini. Yay! Recycle. Okay. And it looks like, what, 6:30? Oh, about another 10, 15 minutes, we're going to do a draw for a free roll of Polymaker filament. So stand by. Now let's put this filament away. We don't need that one right now. Okay, so we're going to take the textured sheet off. And this is a brand new smooth PEI plate. So we're going to, I'm not even going to worry about cleaning it. And is there a film on the bottom? There's not. So we're going to right away just coat this with our 3D lac spray. Like so. There we go. Oh, make sure you use ventilation. Whew. Okay, and we'll throw this on here. There we go. And let's go ahead in the slicer. Let's put this build plate on the build. Oh, I had another. I have a, oh God, I got 6 build plates for the Mini up here. Okay, I didn't realize I had so many. Okay, so I've got lots of build plates up here. I forget what I've got. There we go. Okay. I forgot that I had stuck them on top of the Trident. Okay. So we'll go over here. We'll do the same kind of print settings. We're going to print this plate. We are going to do 0.3. And we're going to do layer height exceeds the limit in printer settings. Extruder limit height limits as it may adjust. Okay, hang on a minute here. 0.28, what are we talking about? No, what I want to do here, we're going to do 0.3. I can override those settings. Okay, we'll agree to it. We're going to do a 3 perimeters, 15 infill cubic gyroid. We don't need speed, and we shouldn't need support on this. Let me just double check. Let me slice it and see. I forgot to check the other one for support, but I think we're okay with the other ones. I'll go back and let me have a quick peek back here. I didn't even think to check for supports on the other one. It was this build plate here that we were doing right here. Preview. Let's go ahead and just have a quick peek and see if this should have been supported. I think we're okay. Let's see. Yeah, I didn't see anything in here that needed supports. I think we're okay there. Okay, but on this one, I'll change the filament in a minute. It seems object I front left STL has floating. Okay, so here, it warns us here too. Has floating object regions. Please reorient the object. Okay, object I front left STL. Which one is that? Object I middle right. And is it one of these? Yeah, front left. So there are definitely some parts in here, right under there. Okay, so we do need support in here. Unless I turn it. No, and I don't want to turn it. This is the outside, so I want the outside to look clean. So whereas the inside, we do definitely need support in there. Okay, that's not a big deal. So we're going to need to support that. Hey, Petty Ruxpin, how are you, sir? I need to win the filament. My kids and I started a full-size R2 droid. Cool. Am I going to Rocky Mountain Rep Rap? That's the plan now. Yes, I've discussed it with my wife, and I said I definitely want to go, and so I'm going to plan to save to go to Rocky Mountain Rep Rap Festival. That is the plan. I'm just waiting to hear when they're going to announce the dates. So I'm going to grab some. I feel bad because I said it was going to be a complete Polymaker build, but let me find it. I'm going to use some bamboo support material. Come on. There we go. I'm going to use some PLA support material. Yeah, I know. Just makes it easier for the supports to come off. So this is, I believe, white. Yeah, it is. So I've got some white bamboo support material, PLA support material here. So we're going to use this for our supports. Sorry if that's loud in the mic. complete Polymaker-ish. Well, technically, the support material is going to come off, so there will be only Polymaker support material. And in May, okay, I need the date and times and where I got to go to and everything. Okay, let's load some support material on here. Here we go. And there you go. Love the AMS light, the mini. Okay, so we're going to come back here. We're going to go back to global. Oops. Go over to support. We're going to enable supports, and I think I'll just do tree supports. Doesn't matter. We'll see what it does. Let me do tree auto. And we're going to have the interface only. Actually, I got to tell it. I got to let it load the support material first. So there we are. Support PLA. It's recognized as support PLA. I just got to go to prepare and update this. Resync. There we are. So Polylight PLA we have on number 2. Number 2. It's showing it as orange, but it's gray. It doesn't matter. I'll change the color. Let's go to device. Let's change that to gray. It is Polylight PLA. We'll go gray, confirm, prepare, and resync. And there we are. So we'll select all the models on here. Control A, and we're going to go number 2, which is gray. So that's good. Okay, now we can go over to support. And the support interface is going to be the support material. I know we always answer yes to that. Now we got a tower, which we can actually probably just place between the eyes. There we go. And let's see what it does for automatic support, tree supports, and see. It's going to be about a 6-hour print with the support material in it, I'm sure. Since it's only the interfaces, it seems the eye object, yeah, I know that. Didn't I say slice plate already? I thought I did. Okay. I'm guessing 6.5 hours. Let's see if I'm near. 6 hours, 58 minutes. I was close. Okay, so let's just see what the tree supports are doing here. So there we go. So we got tree supports. So our first support interface is right there, over on this part. Then we're going to come up, and there's a couple more. It looks like there's some internal supports. That's okay if I don't get able to remove them. That's fine. Mostly it's in there. There we go. And up here, and that's where most of the support is required, is right up here. So that should be pretty simple to get in there and take out all those support materials, especially when you have the actual support filament in there in the interface. Makes it real easy to pop out, in my experience with the bamboo support interface filament stuff. And you guys know what I'm saying. Okay, that looks good to me. I think we are ready to get this plate printed. So DWIT A1 Mini, PLA, and support material. We have A2 and A3, and we can go ahead and send that to the printer. Slim tree support, is that an option in here? I'm going to be honest, I haven't really gone over this slicer with a fine-tooth comb yet. Tree auto, tree manual, remove all small overhangs, which is fine. Support critical regions only. I don't see slim tree support unless it's down under advanced. I don't dwell down in this area much. Tree branch distance, tree branch diameter, tree branch angle. I guess we could play with all that stuff, but we'll just go to defaults. And we're going to hear the funky little tune here in a minute. There we go. So our Mini is starting up to start printing that plate. So that's good. So it's going to be all the eye parts done on the Mini. Beauty. We got a couple printers going here. Oh, it's under style, is it? Oh, let's see. Style, default, trim. Oh, tree slim, tree strong. I just want to see what the difference is just for fun. So right now, if we look at the preview, let's zoom in on these supports. If we look at the preview, there are nice big fat trees. Okay, so let's keep that view right there. So if I go ahead under style and go tree slim and reslice it, ooh, I see. Okay. There's not as many. What's it look like underneath? Well, it's pretty close to this. It almost looks. Oh, you see? Oh, I see. And also it's got less support interface going in there. So there's that versus what it was doing before was basically bridging all the support material on top of those trees. Oh. So there's less support material to remove. Okay, that's pretty interesting. So it's this. So if you look at the way it is here, I'll leave it here. We'll change it from slim to default and reslice it. And it's going to be the full layer of support interface. Like that. Oh, okay. Oh, that's good to know because sometimes that can be, yes, that can be a little hassle to get all this off. I'm not worried in this case because it's inside the eye. But that's good to know. Thank you for pointing that out, Ozzy. I did not know. So yeah, that's the difference between auto and default, slim, strong, hybrid. What's hybrid? Let's try to see what hybrid is. I've never dwelled through these things. I've just never had the time to go through these things. Oh, I see. Okay. So hybrid is similar to the slim, where it's not going to fill the whole layer, but then also hybrid. Oh, okay. Hybrid has less trees. So in other words, they have less trees to start with, and then they come up and branch off those trees more. Okay, I see. And then the other option is organic. Okay, that's good. That's, yeah, Jeff, isn't it? That's really good to know. Let's see what, so organic still gives you that full layer. So it looks like the difference in organic, there's not a whole hell of a lot of difference there. And then the only other option there was tree strong. I've never had time to look through and play with all these settings. And that's why I'm glad you guys come on and suggest these. Okay, so tree strong, it's, oh, look at that. Okay, so it's like it joins all the roots of the trees together at the bottom. And then when we get up to the top, it branches out like that. Ah, okay, interesting. And again, it just does just the tips with the support material. Okay. But yeah, this tree strong and the tree slim look like it would be a whole lot easier to remove the support material. That's good to know. The print just started now, so I'm just going to let it go and do what it's doing. But that's really good to know. Appreciate you pointing that out. I'm going to put that to tree slim. That's cool. That's very cool. You made a box with no floor to test all tree support settings, and the best for you was tree slim. Oh, cool. Good to know. I'm just going to check on the bamboo here. We have to keep the door open, and it is looking good. I need to put lights in my P1P here. Well, it's my P1P converted to a P1S. I need to put lights in it because it's really hard to see inside it with no lights. Although actually, come to think of it, the actual built-in light in this should be working. Where do I turn it on? I turn it on right there. Fan on, lights. Lights on, it's on? Oh, it must not be working. It says it's on, but obviously my light's not working. The camera's not working on this one either. So, yeah, there's obviously something going on if the camera and the light's not working. It shouldn't be burnt out by now. So if I pop over to this, yeah. But if I put my little flashlight in it, there we go. So there's our yellow pieces starting to print in there. Actually, if I sign that from the top, it's a little easier. So there we go. First layer is all done. Now we're working on the second layer. So that's well underway printing. Awesome. But I've got the LED lights. I picked up the ones from TH3D from Tim. Where I put them is another question. It's under here somewhere. Yeah, oh, right here. No, are these them? Oh, that's a bamboo backlit board. Somewhere I have the LED lights from TH3D for putting in the bamboo. So I'm gonna put them in. Yeah, 3 A1 combos. Sold all your Creality printers. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm doing. I have a K1 over here. Ever since I have the K1, I opened it, I demoed it, I did some test prints on it. I upgraded they had an upgrade for the hot end and everything. I tightened the bed screws because the bed screws were all loose, etc. And it's printing fine. I don't use it. I'm going to be selling that. I'm thinking of selling my 2.4. No, it's a 300 millimeter. I got to keep it because I like the bed size of it. If anything, I would sell my Trident, but we'll see. But the Trident print's so nice. But I am selling my Prusa Mini. I'm probably going to sell one of my 0.1s once I get them all working. And I am selling a Prusa Mark III that I'm not using anymore. And I do have one more A1 Mini sitting in a box at my shop for the last 2-3 months that I needed to make the room. And I may bring it and set it up here as a second printer because these things are super reliable, even though that, there we go. These things are super reliable. So there we go. 2.4 needs to be a 350. Yeah, I kind of agree. It's a 300, but since I got rid of the rat rig, the 300 is going to be the biggest printer I have now, and it just that 50 extra millimeters is probably worth having. So it is that time, guys. Let's do it because we're at 6:39. We've got about 20 minutes left in this stream to go. We're going to do a draw for Polymaker filament. You know the rules. I'm going to open the app right here. Give me 1 minute. There we are. Let me get that opened. Get ready. And I'm going to open the giveaway tool. I still use this guy because it's just convenient for me. And it's my stream right here. Here we go. And we're going to hashtag Polymaker. Thank you, Polymaker, for making this giveaway doable. Appreciate that. We've had some great winners in the past, and some of them have not even used Polymaker filament before. So here we go. If you've won within the last 6 weeks, please, I have a list of anyways, but please, we're going to redraw and start collecting. And here we go. So in chat, go ahead and type that in chat, hashtag Polymaker, and we'll do a draw. If you did it early, you might want to do it again because I'm not sure if it started. So Nick, Cliff D, and Big and Bad Joe, maybe you can't enter more than once. It won't let you. So you might want to type it again if you hit it a little bit early. That's all. We have 43 people in chat. Holy cow, did I get rated or what? Wow. Welcome to my channel, the 43 people. If you're new here, please subscribe. We're doing a robot build series. Today, we just started the organizing of the files and the printing of the files, and we're going to get as many files printed as we can this week, and we'll show off the prints and perhaps even start assembling next week. It'd be great. But if you are eligible, and those of you that aren't eligible know you're not eligible, so if you're eligible to win Polymaker filament from me, go ahead and enter hashtag Polymaker in the chat. We have 39 people watching the stream, which is great. And let's get 25 or 30 entries in this. This would be great. This is awesome. And the mini has started printing. Good. Here we go. Beautiful. Oh, I like that. It's almost a silvery gray, so it's pretty cool. Yeah, that's going to look good. Here, let me get the camera on this one to show you what this is going to look like. Cooperate, camera. Here we go. Oh man, I need a different stand for these. I need some better ball heads for these cameras because They're not cooperating. There it is. There. Is it focused? I don't know. Here, I'll give you a quick show of this one. There's the gray part starting. They look more silver, but it's actually it is gray. Trust me. But there we go. Getting the first layer down on this. We do have the 3D lac spray on this, so those things are going to stick like glue. So back to this. 20 entries, 40 people watching the stream. Come on, hashtag Polymaker for your chance to win some Polymaker film. We are going to give it at 6:43 my time. We're going to give it till 6:46. So we're going to give you 3 more minutes to enter. If you're not near your computer, go ahead and get to your computer and enter this to win. Fade to Black, hello, hello. I don't recognize your name and welcome to the channel, Fade to Black. Cause Bricks, I don't recognize you, but welcome to the channel. If you guys are already subscribed, thank you very much. It just could be that you guys haven't spoke up in a while. Bruno C, thank you very much. And Sissy Kid has entered. There we go. See, I'm seeing a lot of names that I don't recognize. Jason Siegmund, I don't recognize. Hello and welcome. If you're new to the stream, welcome, welcome. I appreciate y'all being here. 20 entries so far, unless that's just got to refresh. It's got to be more than 20 entries, right? Hit the like button. It might improve your chance. Hey, you know what, Big and Bad Joe? It does improve your chance. It is definitely proven that if you hit the like button, it improves your chance by 22%. Some of us just watch and acquire knowledge. And if you subscribe, if you're not subscribed, you're entered in the draw and you subscribe, man, your chances go up. I can't tell you how many. Oh, more than 33.33% for sure. So definitely more. Mr. Logan, thank you for entering. Another CG, 33.33%. Petty Ruxpin has entered. Awesome. Thank you, guys. So who else has not entered? 22 entries. We have 40 people watching. We're 50% of the way there. Maybe you guys don't like Polymaker filament. Oh, 22 entries. Let's go. Oh, Mr. Dog is barking away. Mom and Ethan must be home. I'll have to get Ethan down here and say, hit that like button and subscribe and enter the Polymaker draw. So if he comes down, he might not. I love doing this. I love my streaming. Azure 3D Labs has entered. Thank you, thank you. Death Cube has entered. GMND has entered. 3D&T Printing. Hey, 3D&T Printing. How you guys doing? Thank you for being here. 41 people on now. Awesome. Everybody's popping on just for the draw, but that's okay. That's okay. Come back. We're building a cool robot. After Wally, we're going to be doing a crash, a dummy 13 real life is my goal. And we're going to print it on these printers here. So awesome. You're good, 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 good. I'm glad you're all good. Oh, thank you so much, Andrew Humphrey, Smartaz. I love that nickname that you've added. Oh, it's 6:45 p.m. It is. Okay, 30 seconds to enter. 30 seconds to get your hashtag Polymaker entry in. And I'm going to wish everybody luck, and we're going to do the draw. Dummy 13. I can relate to Dummy 13. As I say, I want a carpool model. So I'm doing a Dummy 13 so I can have him and so I can drive the carpool lanes. I would love to get pulled over with him in the carpool lane. And then I would actually I would probably end up in the nut house because I would say, he's my friend. He is. What do you mean he's not alive? He's real. I would. Oh, Ladybug says, let's go. Okay. 26 entries. 27 entries. Okay. And 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good luck to everybody. Here we go. Tonight's winner is... Dun, 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 dun. 3D&T Printing. Whoa, congratulations, 3D&T Printing. Congratulations. Congratulations. and you just seen your name flash by. Oh, man. I'm sorry about that. Congratulations, 3D and T Printing. Awesome. I'm going to put my email in chat right now. First stream win. Oh, good. Awesome. Here's my email, dwit3dcanada@gmail.com. Go ahead and email me at that address. And tonight, it's likely going to be tomorrow morning. I do that when I get into the office usually. I will send you a link and a code to claim your free roll of Polymaker filaments. Congratulations. Awesome, awesome. Oh, awesome. Thank you, everybody. 44 watching, 43 likes. 45 watching, 43 likes. I love it. 45 is a good number for me to have on my Sunday stream watching. I do appreciate that, everybody. Now that I'm switching from building printers to actually printing models, and we're going to do a series of, we're going to do the robot. I'm going to do the Dummy 13. I think it's going to be a little more exciting because you know what? You can get bored of watching printers being built. It's really more exciting to see what the printers are actually going to print, in my humble opinion too. So, and then I'm going to be doing some laser stuff. We have an S1 laser here, which is rather new to the studio. So we're going to be doing some laser stuff as well, because you can do some really cool stuff on these lasers these days. So yeah. Try and get 69 likes next time. Awesome. We will get 69 likes. That's a good number of likes to get, Andrew, for sure. But we need to get 70 viewers to get 69 likes, or 75 viewers to get 69 likes. So have I seen the end move? No. Hey, hello. Never let the machines win. Mike is here in the house. How are you, sir? Haven't seen you around in a while. Good evening, and thank you for popping in. You're popping in just in time for me to almost end the stream, but not quite, because we still got a few minutes left. But what I want to show you guys, what I want to go through, let me close this window. Again, congratulations to 3D and T Printing for winning the Polymaker filament draw tonight. And thank you very much for Polymaker for being a partner of my channel and making this draw, basically letting me do these draws every live stream. So looking forward to when I get to the electronics. You don't know anything about it other than how to get that magic smoke. Well, G and GM, I'm just going to call you G. Well, G, when I first built these robots here, I knew nothing about electronics. This guy was one of the more challenging ones to build. This is the drink robot. We call him Brew to You. This was one of the more challenging ones to build. There's a lot of electronics in this. It's quite heavy too. And I can actually turn him on. He's on. Once you start learning the electronics, it's addicting. It really is. I didn't even know what a servo was, I'll be honest. Or what they were doing. But this thing has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 or 7 servos in it, and they actually work. And when I first started this, I had doubt in myself as to whether I could even build this and make it work, but I did. And it's just from other people helping. So I'm hoping I can help you, and there's going to be people in the stream helping me out and getting everything working. So, but I love that little guy there, and even this little guy up here has some pretty interesting electronics in it. But you got to start somewhere. Questionable choices. Hello, hello. How are you doing? Joe Rust. Polymaker is one of the best. It certainly is. My 2 go-to filaments right now, honestly, are Bamboo Lab and Polymaker. I have some Prusa that I used to use up there. It just got a little too expensive for me, but it's excellent filament. And then I have some leftover filaments up here from 3D Fuel that I used to buy locally. It's excellent filament as well. Thank you so much, Mike. Yes, click that link below to subscribe. It's down this side of the screen, and hit the button, so that you can go ding when I'm coming live. Not good now that you missed the giveaway again. Questionable choices. You made some questionable choices then if you were late for the stream for the giveaway. I'm sorry, but I had to use your name in a pun like that. So you have the big Bluetooth Tech Death Racer ordered. Oh, you do? Nice. I got to see if I can get that ordered in Canada now. I'm sure I can. Is it on the BTT website? Can I order it through there now? Sunlu's a good filament too, Ozzy. Yeah, I have some Sunlu ABS over here. I have a mixed bag of filament over here. And Mike says he always misses the giveaways. So, oh, Mike, you and Questionable Choices made some questionable choices to be this late in the stream. So, generally, I'm doing the giveaways between 6:30 and 6:45 on Sundays when I'm streaming live, for sure. You didn't get notified. Oh, is that? But I stream. I say every Sunday, but there is the odd time when family happens and stuff, and family's priority. I mean, we know that. But there's the odd time when things come up where I don't. But for the most part, I stream every Sunday, 5 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, and I usually go till 7 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. And I usually do the draw 6:30 to 6:45, 15, 20 minutes before the stream is going to end. It's on the BQ website for $179 US. Okay, I'm going to definitely look into that. Definitely. And that's a good price, actually, considering how much it would cost to source and ship all the parts. That's definitely a very good price. So I have a half-built Death Racer somewhere in here. The tracks are already done with the motors in it, and you hook a battery up to it. They just really fast. I don't know where I even put it. But yeah, it's... where is that anyways? Because that's pretty funky. I might even be able to use part of that. I don't know where I put it. It's in a box somewhere. I have so many robot parts hanging around. Ladybug, $5. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. I appreciate that very much. Thank you so much, Ladybug. You get one of these for that.
Super chat.
Thank you so much. Do you have to source the batteries? No, I have the batteries. I buy the batteries on Amazon. I'll show you. I have some hanging around, actually. Where are they? I have... I have a few different... Where are the big ones? So here we go. So I have a couple things for batteries. Now this isn't necessary because you can get lower price ones, but I have one of these. If you're dealing with LiPo batteries, it's good to have, read up on LiPo batteries if you haven't used them before, because you can, no, for the Death Racer kit, you have to source the batteries, yeah. But if you're dealing with LiPo batteries, you want to have some sort of a balanced charger. Read up on LiPo batteries. I learned a lot. You need a balanced charger. You want to be able to discharge your batteries when they're not being used for a while. I use this device here. It's a device. It's from IMAX, and it's called a BCAC. It's an AC/DC dual power professional battery balanced charger discharger. So this is what I use to charge and discharge my LiPo batteries. And the LiPo battery that I've purchased for my other things, and I have some new ones here. This one is a, what is this one? This is a 7.4, oh, this is a different one than I use, but these are the type of LiPo batteries that you're getting. This one happens to be a 5200 milliamp, 7.4 volt LiPo battery. It's a 2-cell battery. So yeah, there's so many different configurations and batteries and stuff you can get, but if you're building a robot for the first time, do yourself a favor and seriously Google and research and do some reading up on LiPo batteries, because they can be dangerous. They for the most part, I've never had an issue, but I do keep. I have a few of these, and these particular bags here. It's actually called a LiPo guard bag. And these are basically fireproof or fire retardant bags. And so I have in here, I have a 5200, 11.1 volt, 5200 milliamp cell I keep in here. I have another cell that I keep in here, same thing. I have some smaller LiPo batteries, and then of course this one, but these all get stored and kept in a fireproof bag, because you just don't know. I mean, you'll read horror stories about LiPo batteries exploding. Even these little ones you can have issues with. So do yourself a favor, if you've never worked with them before, read up on them and make sure you do store them properly. As I say, I store them in this fireproof bag. If I ever have a problem, we're going to be good. But knock on wood, I've never had a problem with my LiPo batteries yet. So yeah. And you want to buy, reputable brand batteries. Let me put this back. There we go. But here I say that, and my Drink Droid has the LiPo battery in it still, and it hasn't given me problems. It hasn't discharged, and it's been in there for about a year. Neglect causes the issues for sure. Yeah. Yeah, this guy's in here now. The worst, because the battery is still in here, what I risk the most with this is ruining my battery, not necessarily an explosion, because then sometimes the explosions happen when they're charging, because they're being overcharged. They're not protected cells. I only buy protected cells, which means they protect themselves from overcharging. If they're non-protected cells and they overcharge, they can heat up and boom. The risk I have in this one is that it's going to lose its ability to charge if I don't discharge it properly, which I haven't, but knock on wood, I haven't had a problem with that yet. So, yeah. Whiskey for the wife. Be right back. We're going to be leaving here pretty soon anyways. Also buy a LiPo bag. Yes, that's what I had as a LiPo bag, to prevent the flames from spreading if something does happen to your bag. Do we know of a print for his grasshopper friend that will match the size? What? Do we know of a print for his grasshopper friend that will match the size? I don't know what we're talking about. I must have missed something in chat. So there we go. Okay, so let's close this off. If anybody is interested in, what I'll do is this. I created I made up a PDF file of the instructions and everything, and then I made a Word document of the links that I found for the different electronics for this build based on, I'm going to go off the original designer's build. I found links for most of the electronics on Amazon Canada and Amazon USA. Oh, the bug is his grass. Oh, his grasshopper bug friend. Oh, I get it. I don't know. I haven't looked. Oh, okay. I have not looked. You confused me there for a minute. What time is it here? Right here, it is 7:00 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, and we're about to wind down. If anybody would like a copy of the PDF file I put together or the Word document with the links, the Amazon links, go ahead and just drop me an email this week. I'm going to put it in here again, dwit3dcanada@gmail.com. If you want a copy of the Word document I made with the links in it to Amazon, it's most of the things. There's a couple I couldn't find, including the lenses, but I'm going to keep looking for those. I'll be happy to send you those files if you guys want them. So just drop me an email this week, and when I see it, I'll pop those files in the email to you, so we can do that. You have a source for the lens, do you, Big and Bad Joe? Okay. Is it a source that anybody can use? Nudge, nudge, wink, wink. Because I couldn't find them. I even looked on AliExpress. I looked on Alibaba. I looked on a lot of those sites and couldn't find anything that would work. But that would be cool if you do. Check this Amazon US link. Okay, 32 millimeter smooth. I'm going to open a window real quick here before we shut down, and I'm going to look at that. And I'll open a page, and I'll go Amazon.com. And I'm going to type in your search, which is 32 millimeter smooth optical glass high power LED 32 millimeter convex lens. And there it is right there. That one right there. Okay, cool. $5? Oh my goodness. $5. Can't go wrong with that. Those ones look too thick. But hey, okay. Cool. I'm going to keep this guy. Let's just dismiss this. I'll keep this guy open here so that I know what I'm looking for. Cool. Perfect. Appreciate that. Thank you, Big and Bad Joe. Okay, folks, we are at our close. I want to thank everybody. I want to congratulate 3D&T Printing again for winning the role of Polymaker filament. I want to thank Ladybug for the $5. I really appreciate that. And I want to thank everybody for being here. We had a nice, we hit over 40 people watching today. That was awesome. Hopefully we can keep this up over the next several weeks as we build our Wally robot. So thank you to Andrew Humphrey, smart as a whip. But thank you everybody for visiting. Listen, we'll be back next Sunday. I'm going to continue printing the parts. Both machines are going to be buzzing all week. I may even hop onto some machines downtown if I have some more filament of the same colors, or I'll bring some filament of the same colors in to keep the printing going, and we'll see how many parts we can get printed by the end of the week and into next Sunday so we can show them off. So I want to thank you very much, and we will see everybody next Sunday. Have a great week, guys. Fantastic. And stay healthy and stay safe. Bye for now.